Hey guys.
Ah!
We made it. We made it. We made it. Welcome. Hi, I'm Dawn from Two Hip Chicks, and this guy over here is over here.
TC from TKR VideoCentral.
And we are here to talk about some music, I guess.
Hopefully.
You have a good week, TC?
Yeah.
Good. I'm sorry we missed you guys last week. Circumstances beyond our control.
Yeah.
Go there.
Both of us. Yeah, we both had issues.
Yep. So, but we're here now, and it just moves things around. You can't say I have the odd and even now or whatever. However you used to remember it, you're gonna have to modify it.
No, you still have it because we didn't do one
the
between.
Number, yeah. But that's true.
It's just the weeks are off.
Don's brain cells gone.
After the last week and all the car stuff, it's not a surprise.
Oh yeah. So in case you guys are keeping up on the drama of that, we have another vehicle. So I now have a mode of transportation that doesn't belong to somebody else, which is good. And we're just loving having the new vehicle.
Ooh.
So nice. It's a Ford Flex, and it is quite nice. Apple Martini is here, I see.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let me pull up some chat here, because I'm not on the chat page, which I should be. Chat. There I am. Yeah. Apple Martini, welcome. eDreams is here, and Lindsay, Diane, am I reading that right?
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Greetings.
You were here first, but you didn't say anything? Well, thank you for coming in. There's no prize for first, by the way, but, what the heck? Well, anyway, welcome. Yeah, we don't give prizes out unless it's just the notoriety of being first that gets you. Yeah. So, everybody, welcome in. Thanks for coming in. We were going to do a topic today, but that I come up with, I thought was genius. Come to find out, not so genius.
It's genius. We just can't find anything.
It's genius. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, but couldn't find more than a few things. So we're leaving it out to you guys to tell us. Maybe you know of others that we couldn't find. But hey Willow, how you doing, sweetie? But basically my idea was this. This is my idea. I'm looking at records all the time. TC's looking at records all the time. What are some of the surprises where you saw something on an album cover that you didn't realize that person was on the album cover or whatever? So mine was, I have 101 strings here. Which is from 1959. And it is basically, if you don't know what 101 strings is, it's kind of like elevator music.
Elevator music.
Yeah, exactly. And what I found was, and get closer here, the spice, this is Sugar and Spice. The spice is actually Julie Newmar. And if you don't know who Julie Newmar is, she played I think she played Catwoman, didn't she?
She did, yes.
She did. And
First
she was also
seasons.
a model and an actress. And so I just thought I'm looking at this with Mary and I'm going, hey, that's Julie Newmar. She's uncredited. She's not credited on anywhere on the album cover. I did go to found her on Google, and she is shown as being. She did a couple other album covers too. She did one that was like, I think it was called "How to, Make Love to a Blonde" or something, which I thought that'd be a cool cover to have. Or she didn't share the credits with whoever Sugar is here, but yeah. But I thought that's cool. There's people guest star on things. They, whatever. So I tried to come up with some more, and no, couldn't find any more. At least not in my collection. And TC, I think you looked.
Yeah, I bombed out looking for anything that was really any good, other than the fact that I know that, there's different little facts about album artwork. Like, I didn't realize until just a few weeks ago that the late Phil Hartman, who used to be on Saturday Night Live, got his start as an album's graphic person. He designed the cover of Poco's Legend in 1979, among other things. And I was like, wow, I didn't know that. So now I'm kind of researching it and trying to find all the stuff that he did, because I didn't know he was an artist. I only knew him as a comedian. So it was an interesting little tidbit that came my way for that.
That's cool. Yeah, and I was thinking, well, there's got to be more that the chat, you guys in the chat would know of, as far as musically. What, I don't know. Maybe somebody's uncle played with Led Zeppelin or something. I don't know. But there's got to be more out there that you just don't think about. And there's people who, I know TC, of some session musicians or people that gained fame after they played with whoever that they played with that we wouldn't know they were playing in the background of or whatever. So things like
Yeah, little things.
I'm looking at the chat here.
Mm-hmm.
Mary is in the chat, eDreams, so I think she might have read that. That's terrible.
Yep.
So sorry. That's terrible. So that was our topic. So if you guys in the chat have any of those great stories or finds, I just thought that was cool.
It is cool. Yeah.
That was cool.
It's too bad. You know, I unlike most people, I actually like 101 strings because I go in for the elevator / Sears music, as my wife calls it. But so many people, you know, don't go in for that much at all, or like, oh God. So that's very cool.
It depends on my mood because I will listen to many things. You know, I do listen to different genres and stuff. So I have to play those to make sure they play, right?
Right.
And I love that music.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's good music.
It is.
Guys, don't. It's cheap too. Go to a thrift store.
Yeah. You'll find a ton of it usually.
It's cheap. It's mostly not in great shape at thrift stores, but sometimes you can find them in really good shape. Like that one's in really good shape.
Yeah, most of them are not like played much unless they're owned by somebody who is into that music. So
yeah, they're not.
Blame my mother. I loved that stuff from the time I was a kid. So.
Well, you know, you think about like when records get ruined, it's usually because they're at a party or somebody's, you know, swapping out the discs in a state of less than ideal consciousness. So it's very possible that these just weren't party albums. You know, bunch of people
so
getting together
playing in the background while they're just kind of
having cocktails.
The old space age bachelor pad time.
There you go,
as they called it.
So then you came up with an alternative topic, possibly.
Yeah, there's a lot of different stuff out there that people have had hits with, and people don't realize they were remakes. And I mean, I only think of two off the top of my head, but I know there's a lot more. And there is a whole site devoted to it called secondhandsongs.com, where you can go over and look at the various versions of different songs, who had hits with it and who's covered it. A lot of people don't realize that I Love Rock and Roll by Joan Jett and the Blackhearts was a cover.
Really?
Yeah, by a group called the Arrows, who had recorded it a year before, a British band, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe somebody from Britain's in here and can clarify that. And Natalie Imbruglia's Torn was also a remake. I've forgotten the name of the band that did it, unfortunately, but they did it like 2 years earlier and didn't have any particular chart success with it. And her producer heard the song and grabbed it and turned it into a massive hit for her, and an only hit for her so far.
Yeah.
But there's all kinds of those around, you know?
Yeah. Although her album's pretty good too, but I do love that song. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Condolences for sure.
Definitely.
Guys. And Jennifer's here. Hello, Jennifer.
Hello, Jennifer.
So, as far as covers, I'm sure my musical education is very limited. I'm lucky I can even speak English, if you could equate it to like a normal education. So I don't know that much about bands and people who are in them and people who played in whatever, and what is or is not a remake or cover of or whatever. So you're going to go crazy and just tell the list. I want to know from other people out in the chat too exactly what you guys know about that as well.
Well, you know, along those lines, I was just having a discussion with my wife, Kim, last week. Yeah. We were talking about some of the stuff that I had put into the new Radio Retro Countdown show that I'm doing on Sundays. And she has this thing, she was triggered by, she was watching an episode of Mystery Science Theater 3000, and they happened to have, Crow had started singing, came in and said he had amnesia, but it turned out he didn't have amnesia. He had ambrosia, and he couldn't stop singing what's called Biggest Part of Me. And Kim's like, oh, you mean that wasn't Chicago? You ever have one of those? Is there one of those acts that you always think is someone else?
Oh, sure.
Because, I mean, there's a lot of that. My mom used to hear, you know, Chicago or Air Supply or whatever, and they're all right. There's another Air Supply song, because she was into them.
Sounds the same, yeah, for sure. Yeah, happy birthday, Willow. It's Willow's birthday. Happy Willow Alcier's birthday. Happy birthday, hon. For sure. Oh God. There's a couple some couple people. No, I can't think of their names. I should mention it. Sound a lot like Elvis.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh, is that an Elvis song? No, it's not.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was kind of surprising when you hear that and you think it's somebody that is not.
Yeah. Or it just sounds so similar. There were a whole tons of, or as you would say on Chick Chat, butt ton of acts that are out there that had that similar sound. And I just thought it was really funny that Kim was naming all these different songs, and I'm like, no, that was Ambrosion. Nope, that was Air Supply. That was so on. And although she did get If You Leave Me Now right, so I'm like, okay,
That's Chicago, right?
yeah, exactly.
Okay, good. Woo, it took me a minute. It's like, wait a minute, Chicago. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I feel accomplished now. Thank you, everybody. I'm going home. Yeah. Music. Oh, no, you don't. No. Well, I'm sorry. If that's the case, oops, sorry. There's better, sources out there, but thank you very much. No, I mean, it's fun to go through your record collection once in a while,
Mm-hmm.
or your CD collection, which actually you're doing with your 45s.
Yeah,
just pulled out of storage.
I did this week finally.
And Mary is doing with basically our CD collection, because she's reorganizing the, how we store them with the sheets and the discs separate in a case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I do. I actually have the CDs and little sleeves with the booklets, and then I get rid of the jewel boxes.
We get rid of the jewel boxes, but she keeps the sleeves separate from the CDs because they just fit better in there. But she has now these boxes, which are she's going through a lot of it. It's like, holy crap, we have a lot of music, a lot of CDs. But is there any surprises in your 45s that you've been going through this week?
Well, I haven't actually started going through them yet. I just got them out of. No, I just got them out. I just got them out of the closet on Friday.
Oh, because I'm waiting for Obscura to just go crazy.
Oh yeah, I know. Sure. I actually had a box of over 100 that were not sleeved. They have been in the collection forever, and so they're probably in absolute crap shape. But I pulled them up, and I was sitting here sleeving them yesterday. I bought sleeves for them a few months ago. That's how all this started. Now, of course, I've used all the boxes I bought for that for other recent purchases from a certain person that's on the other end of the show. And but I have to order more boxes. But I was going through these, and I'm like, good Lord, I don't even know where I got some of these, and some of them are duplicates. And then I have stuff that I thought I had gotten rid of a long time ago. And it's like, oh, I still have. That's
good, right? I mean,
yeah, it is, and some of it will make its way on the air, I'm sure.
Oh. Well, what you do is fill up box full of your duplicates and the stuff you don't want, and then I'll buy it from you, and then you make the.
And then what are you gonna do? Sell them back to me?
Well, not to you, but to other people, maybe. Or maybe I'll put them in my collection.
Well, a lot of these that I have duplicates of, I think you've already sold me other copies. I had an Undercover Angel in there, and a couple of other ones.
You could probably build a coaster set out of Undercover Angel. I'm thinking
at this point, Undercover Angel and I Can Help by Billy Swan. I can probably do. I can make a wall rack and like a target practice for that one.
There you go. I'll just start throwing them in for free. You just send them back to me. I'll throw them in for free in other people's lots.
Let me do something here. Let me see something here.
Okay, you find something. So yeah, I was looking at the Obscura today, which is kind of cool. I don't know if you guys follow TC when he does his daily Obscura, but the one today was not, and I didn't know that they had any other song at all, except for Walk the Dinosaur. That's the first time I heard them. I did not recognize the song you played, which is cool.
Yeah,
it was a good song.
That was actually first.
Yeah, so Walk the Dinosaur was my first exposure to was not, and I think that's the only one I have in my collection of theirs. I have the 45, and I think I have a picture sleeve with it. But yeah, so I can't wait for your Obscura thing to just blow up with all your finds. All your great
Yeah,
finds.
some of the stuff I'm just pulling. Just look, I had pulled and digitized stuff a few years ago before I put it into the closet, and just left them in a separate box. And I got a few weird ones right here. Like some of them has already been on Obscuria actually, but most of them are just regular. Is my sound going crazy? Because I can hear an echo.
You can hear an echo?
Yep.
You might be hearing it. Here, I'll pull this way down like this. I'm gonna say I'll turn you down. Maybe you're hearing it come through my mic.
Could be. I
So,
don't know. Yeah.
yeah.
It doesn't matter. I can get used to it. Some of the stuff that I have in here is just basic, stuff like I have a ton of lip sync and Keen Brothers. Anybody remember the Keen Brothers? Yeah, I bet you don't remember the Keen Brothers either.
Name a tune.
They had one minor hit called Sherry a few years ago. I actually played it on Obscuria a few months ago. Cheryl Ladd and Frankie Valli.
Okay. No.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's, have all kinds of weird things, but I found a couple of some picture sleeves in this batch. I did this one on Obscuria a few months ago too, from the film Times Square. Helped me, Marcy Levy and Robin Gibb. It's the only time I've seen him do stuff outside of the Bee Gees.
Yeah, no kidding.
And then I have a couple of singles from my future wife at the time, Christy and Jimmy McNichol.
Love those.
He's So Fine and Page by Page was the follow-up single.
I had a small crush on Christy McNichol.
I had a huge crush on Christy McNichol.
You had a huge crush. Well, good.
Yeah, that was, of course, before she came out, and I did not know that.
Before I came out, so there you go.
Anybody remember this song? One of my wife's most favorite hated songs.
Why?
Because her sister played it to death when they were kids.
Well, nothing will
Friends and Lovers, Gloria Loring and Carl Anderson. Yeah.
I love that one.
There's just some of the kind of weird stuff you're going to find in my collection when I get it going. But I gotta get it all sorted and Discogs and a whole bunch of stuff in the next couple of months.
Hey, Lisa, you're in Florida, aren't you, Lisa?
Oh, gosh.
There's a storm coming that ain't pretty. So sorry, and I hope everything stays in one piece.
Yes, for anybody that might be in the path of Ian, is that the name of it? I hope things are going to be okay down there.
I hope so too, because it looks kind of get ugly.
It looks like it's going to be a mess.
Edream said, "My man said All Along the Watchtower by Bob Dylan and Jimi Hendrix made it famous."
Yeah, he's absolutely right.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Wow. I don't like Dylan. I don't like
Dylan. I'm not a big Dylan fan either. I don't mind his songwriting. I just don't like to listen to him.
There you go. I would listen to anything Dylan has ever wrote as long as it's sung by somebody else.
Similar to Leonard Cohen, who I normally don't care for his music, his songs either, but Hallelujah, Kim loves. I'm not a big fan of it, but I like certain versions. But I actually like his version. He did a song called First We Take Manhattan in the mid 80s, and they used to play that all the time on the VH1 Request Hour a few years ago. I actually got to like that. That's the only thing I can stand by Leonard Cohen.
Oh, Take On Me videos. And now you can do that on your own phone. There's an app where you can make yourself all drawn up. Yeah.
Oh, geez. Apple Martini. Have you heard the remake of Aha's Take On Me? One of them. There's been several. There was a ska version released for a movie in early 1999. I think. I think it was that Basketball, the one that the two pair behind South Park put out. Oh, and then there was a great remake of it in 2018 by Weezer. And they actually had the band Calpurnia. They're no longer together, but they're led by Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things. Starred as the teenage versions of Weezer in the video, which was really funny. Kim doesn't like the song, doesn't like their version. I think it's pretty good though. But I'm a big fan of the Calpurnia too, and she's not particularly a fan of theirs. So
I do like the original, but yeah, the video was cool. But I have heard. I think it's the Weezer version I've heard.
Yeah, probably. Weezer also redid Africa a couple of years ago.
No, I didn't like that. It's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I like the original version better.
Yeah. That's
The
one of
fun
those
just
songs that they play for a while and then it goes away for 20 years and then suddenly it's back and you can't get it can't get away from it.
goes into high rotation. Yes, massively high rotation. But hey,
What the heck, if it brings your like that's what the whole point of Obscuria is. I've had people tell me, what's the deal here? And I mean, it's really good. And I said, well, my whole point is to bring back songs that nobody hears anymore, and they can be hits. I mean, despite the fact that it's called Obscuria,
right,
the definition of Obscuria, way I see it, is it's stuff you do not hear anymore. It doesn't mean it wasn't a hit. It's
right,
stuff that you would not hear very often anymore.
right.
Like you don't hear. I mean, I've played number one hits on the show before, so, and I
Yeah.
have one
Oh
coming
no,
up later
yeah.
this
Some of the
week.
stuff you played, and again, I'm not a chart girl, so I don't know where they landed originally. But a lot of the stuff you played have been hits,
Not a
but
chart
you don't
girl.
hear them
What am
anymore.
I doing hanging out with you then? Jeez, I'm just
I
gonna get
know.
up and.
What the heck? What the heck? I'm privileged and honored that you do, but what the hell are you doing here, buddy? You're crazy. You're crazy. So
Well,
so
people
I
have said
guess now I gotta wait for you to get into those 45s, huh? Damn.
that. Do you want me to just dig through a box and see what I can find?
Ooh, I don't know. Would the chat like to see you dig through a box of 45s? I think they would. I think they would. I know I would.
I don't know. Let me see. Okay.
Over
All
the
right.
Rainbow, Judy Garland remade by IZ, and I like IZ's better. I've heard the Over the Rainbow. IZ, was it the Hawaiian guy? Is that the one I'm thinking of?
Yeah, his is good.
Yeah, I like that
Sam
version.
Harris knocks it out of the ballpark.
A lot of people have done Over the Rainbow.
Yeah.
A lot.
And Jason Castro did the Hawaiian version of it on his debut album, which I thought was really interesting. Really good stuff. And yeah, Apple, you're right. There is too many members of the 27 Club, and they're not all singers, unfortunately. Yeah. Not a fun time to be. If you all right, let me see what I got here.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yep. Okay, we got one yes from eDreams. So me and eDreams want to see your 45s.
All right. Got to move a couple things. Hold
11
on.
people watching, and 3 of them are us. So let's call it good and look at some. I get to see. This is it. I have 45s coming out of my you know what, but still, I want to see. I want to see more. I always want to see more. I want to see other people's collections. I just get a kick out of that kind of stuff. So, all right, I'm crazy. Call me crazy.
Let me step over here for just a second and grab another box because I'll grab that one I was going through yesterday because some of the stuff is just insane. Hold on just a second.
Willow Alseer says, I love listening to covers. Some of them blow the original artist out of the water. This is true. This is true. Some do. There's some really good work out there. And if, try to listen to everything. You can always have your favorite. But yeah, I agree. There are some that will. I'm not sure what the number 4 is for, but let me see what I got here. Okay, so IK, that's what that was then. All right, yeah, that's it. Over the Rainbow, I love this version the best. That is a good version. It's a sweet version.
Which one of these had random stuff?
What? I'm so sorry. It's time to rebuild your collection then. That's what I had to do. A lot of people either lost them through moving, never thought they'd want them again, divorce, whatever, so you can always rebuild your collection. There's a visual I could have done with. What? Which visual was that? Don't worry about it. I see. Oh, I got it. There's 4 of us. There you go. I see what you're saying now. Thank you, dear. Oh, that. Yeah, I know. I've got a lot. I really do. But TC seems to have more. He's got more that's actually curated. The stuff I've got coming in is just, stuff that I have to go through. But I have a lot of 45s. I don't know how many boxes of 45s I had. We should do that sometime, TC. Just start peeling through our collections and watch people scream and pull their hair out. Dated a few DJs closest. Yeah, no kidding. What? I just sometimes people's brains work differently. Like TC's into the charts and like all that information. And I don't know if it's a guy brain thing or not. It's like stats.
Okay.
There he is. He's back. He had a herniated box out. But you're good at stats and I'm not. So that's kind of what I think it is. It's a guy brain thing. I don't know. Craft out. Exactly. Ha.
Okay. Oh, geez.
Breaks.
Hold everything out of place here.
That was your first 45? That was her first 45. Does that ring a bell for you?
What was it?
It says my first 45 was Breaks Curtis Blow.
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea what that is.
1985, somewhere in there.
What the heck? Really? See? I have no idea.
Well, I worked at a record store when that was out.
Well, there you would. Okay, so there's the other thing. Dang it, he works at a record store. Yeah, my first 45 was something I handed down from my freaking older sibs. So yeah, I got a lot of 45s handed down to me from my older sibs. I saw a lot of Everly Brothers, some Elvis. There wasn't many Beatles. I don't think they were into Beatles. And then some other stuff. You know.
I'm just going through this.
Into the chapel. That one, that kind of thing. The Breaks.
Some of this I don't even know.
King.
This is a random box that is not sorted, so I can just pull
Tiny
stuff out.
Down. I love that one. That's a great one. It's got a cool little bunga 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 in the front of it. It's very cool. I have that one.
Except for right now.
You'd be amazing what's in my collection. 1980, Apple Martini said. Was when the
that's good.
Yeah.
Was it that early? Oh, geez.
How you feeling dated, huh? I'm just having a hard time.
I don't remember. I was not into rap. I'm still not that much into rap.
So in our car we get, for whatever reason, we're getting Sirius Radio for free for a while, I guess, because it's the thing they do. And there's a channel called 90s, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking to myself, 90s, that's not. And then realizing that 90s was like 30 years ago.
I know.
What the actual? Okay.
Okay. Quiz time. You know, Come On Eileen by Dexy's Midnight Runners.
Yep, I know that.
You know what the follow-up single was?
Get Out, Eileen? I don't know. What was the follow-up single?
The Celtic Soul Brothers.
Seriously?
Yep.
Oh my God. See, when they finally let YouTube creators play music and let split like you were talking about.
Yeah.
In the Kirkham Report, that will be great because you could actually play a piece of that and not worry about shutting us down.
You actually play the whole thing probably if you license it, because I'm not sure how they're doing it or what they're going to do. But I have to get monetized first, and heck, I keep going backwards. So guys,
it's time to. Well, what you need to do is come up with another great idea for a challenge.
Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah. I played this on Obscuria, I don't know, 3 months ago. Rex Smith and Rachel Sweet, Everlasting Love.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Dreams. What do we got? Then another funny one was Please, Mr. Custer. Yes, Please, Mr. Custer. Remember that one too?
I had that. I don't know if I have it or Kim has it on one of those K-Tel novelty albums.
It's probably, one of the novelty ones for sure. Okay. They had a lot of different things on there.
How's this for worst hairdo of all time?
Wow. If you put pointy ears on her, she could be a freaking elf or something, or Sprite.
Yep. This was Lulu's first hit in like 15 years in 1981. I could
never miss you.
Mm-hmm.
Sing a few bars for me, TC. I don't remember that one.
No, thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna fall into that trap like you guys have done.
All the time. Manic Monday was written by Prince, made famous by the Bangles.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Great song. Although, in all fairness, I think I like Eternal Flame the best from the Bangles.
Yeah.
And Eric Martin does a great job on his Timeless album. He did a bunch of 80s and 90s songs on his Timeless album. One thing he does do really well is Superstar. Love his version of that song. Okay. How many people out there. I don't know how many we have in the chat or what the average age
Now,
is, but this is
chime in, kids.
1981. How many people realized this guy had a record out?
I did.
2 of them, actually, 2 albums. This is
I
from
did. I did know that. I didn't.
back when he really couldn't
Didn't buy any, but I knew he had a record out.
Because let me tell you, I think I liked him a lot as an actor. As a singer, he was a great actor.
Yeah, exactly. Not enough auto-tune in the world.
But again, it's a TV star, and I collect TV stars who record, even if they're bad. See Pierce Brosnan and Mamma Mia.
Cameron was born in 1981. You are such a puppy. Welcome, Cameron.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was the year I graduated high school. That's scary.
Oh my God. I got married that year. My first marriage, of course. Oh my God.
I actually ordered this specifically for what it was. This is from England. Kids from Fame Live, Friday night with Carlo Imperato doing the vocal.
Mary loves Fame.
I was a huge fan of that show, and it's a great song. I found it. I found it online. I'm like, yeah, I'll take that. You're selling it for $4. I'll take it. I just did this song on Obscuria last week. You Could Take My Heart Away, Silver Condor.
Oh, cool.
Kim was like, this is another one of those that was like, yeah, that's Chicago, right?
Yeah. Chicago.
In fact, I think that's the song that triggered the discussion after the Misty episode she saw. Yeah, I have quite a few picture sleeves. Probably about 10%, maybe 15% of my collection. I grabbed them whenever I could. So.
Oh, that's why I used to watch the TV show Fame all the time. Says Mary. Yes.
Yeah.
Loves Fame.
I loved Fame. I have all 4 of the albums. Loved that show.
And Mama Treasures said I went to see Joni Loves Chachi filming, and I'm from LA. Cool. That's so cool.
Okay. Was it fun to do, or?
I'm sure it was a good time then.
Yeah, probably was.
But Joni Loves Chachi was, a spinoff of Happy Days. So
yeah, and it didn't last as long as they thought it would once it got to the fall season. Oh yes, Cheese of All Time from Neil Diamond.
Cheese of All Time. I love
Heart
cheese.
White.
Yes. You have a lot of picture sleeves. Jeez.
Well, I'm deliberately just picking out picture sleeves too.
I just imagine a handful of picture sleeves just coming out.
One of your favorites, Dawn.
The Curly Shuffle. Yes.
And you know what's really ironic? I can't stand the Three Stooges.
But this is a good song.
It is a good song, but I can't stand the Three Stooges.
I know. What did you think? Did you listen to the rodeo song, by the way?
I knew it. I haven't listened to it yet. No, it's still in my pile that I had to move.
Oh, you do know it. Okay.
Yeah, I'd heard parts of it, so.
It's got a little obscenity in it, but it's a fun little song.
Well, like I care. Like I care about obscenities.
Yeah, Yeah.
I actually took part in this when it happened. This is the song that came out of We Are the World, Hands Across America. I was on the Broad Street Bridge in Columbus, Ohio as part of this. Unfortunately, they did get all the way across America. There were lots of gaps in Arizona and New Mexico and stuff. But
of course.
Gave it a shot.
Hey, Stacey May was accepted at the actual school, the Fame School. Rigorous 3-day auditions, never went. Life happened. Wow.
Oh, man.
That's amazing.
That would have been so cool, too.
I'm not sure. She said, yeah, it was fun. That's cool. Yeah, it was only on a little while.
Okay, this one is going to show up on Obscuria, I can guarantee you, because I haven't had access to it for ages. But it didn't hit the chart, but it got a little radio airplay where I was living outside of Spokane, Washington. Do you remember the commercials?
Hit me, buddy.
That featured Raymond J. Johnson Jr.
You can call me Ray, or you can call me Jay. Yeah, that guy.
This is Bill Saluga's Dancin' Johnson. It's a disco song based on that character.
Okay, that's got to be worth something on Discogs. That guy. Dancin' Johnson. Oh, my God.
Dancin' Johnson. I was like, okay, really? But then again, there it is in my
Did he
collection.
just not sing a
Go
song?
figure.
Did he just not sing? Yay, it worked.
Yeah, but I'm not going to do anything else.
Oh, she likes that one. Put on your heart light, that one.
Yeah, that's a great song. Trying to see what I got here that's like might be really unusual, but I don't think any of the really unusual stuff is in here. Oh yeah. Anybody know or realize? Number one, you have to be this is dusty. You can tell it's been in storage.
I think that's a song title, I hope.
Laura Mar actually had a record label for a short time. They were the company, of course, that produced the Waltons and Knots Landing in Dallas. This is, I don't know if you can see it, this is Willie Ames from 8 Is Enough.
8 Is Enough.
And you're the only one I ever needed. It was featured in a movie he did called Scavenger Hunt. And
okay, Dreams has just put up a new factoid that could be, I would always say it would be, if I played Two Lies and a Truth, I would say that's a lie, but.
Oh, Kenny recorded a lot of stuff. I don't know of that one. I'm not familiar with that one at all.
Not that I'm calling you a liar, honey. I'm just like, I have a hard time believing that. But it possibly is true.
Kenny recorded a little bit of everything, so it's highly possible that he did something with Prince. And he did
a very prolific writer.
Yeah.
And he couldn't perform everything he wrote, but he wrote a lot, and he actually catapulted a lot of people into performing, the Vanity group and all that. And,
yeah.
Oh, what's the other guy?
The Time.
That was it. Thank you. All I could think of was Jungle Love.
Yep. The Time. Yep. Just some more basic picture sleeves. Smooth Operator from Sade.
Love that one. Smooth Operator.
You actually had a copy of this in one of your sets last week, but not with a picture sleeve.
Without a picture sleeve.
Bob and Doug McKenzie, Take Off.
Right. With
Geddy Lee.
Take Off. To the Great White North. That was a big deal. I had the album back when I was married. I don't have it anymore, but the whole album was kind of funny. Yeah, they did a whole album.
I know. I don't have that one. Anybody remember Device? Song called Hanging on a Heart Attack. The minor hit in the 1980s. Holly Knight is the lead vocalist. She had a couple of
write some of these down and check them out because I don't remember that one. Yeah, I told you Prince was awesome. And Prince was awesome. Indeed. I agree with that. And yeah, Sheila E. was the other one I couldn't think of. Thank you.
Oh yeah, drummer extraordinaire. Yeah.
She was a great drummer.
I wonder if this actually gets any airplay now. I kind of doubt it because it drops a very nasty slur. Dire Straits, Money for Nothing.
They cut the slur.
Did they?
It gets airplay, but they cut the term faggot out. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it shouldn't have been a hit even then. They shouldn't have been using that. So
no.
40
There's
years
a lot
ago.
of stuff that worked well back then, but you really couldn't do it now. Like even movies, like if you're looking at I don't know, what am I thinking of? Blazing Saddles. You couldn't do that now.
Okay. All right. Here's a good example, Dawn, going back to your original idea for this week's show.
Yeah. Oh, you found one.
I've had this single for 40 years, and I've never noticed what's on the cover with him.
Until now.
Luis Cardenas' remake of Del Shannon's Runaway is got guitars around him being played by lizards. What the hell? I never noticed that before. I'm just looking at this like, what the hell? I'm going to have to look at these a lot closer again.
Uh-huh. No lizards were harmed, hopefully, in the making of that photo.
Oh, I don't know who came up with that.
Did he do Sheena Easton too? Did he Sheena Easton was a protege of Prince?
Yeah. Oh yeah, she did several of his songs.
The things I don't know.
Sugar Walls he wrote.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Morris Day in the Time, yep. And then Vanity 6, I believe it was. And wow. See what I mean? Prince, huge.
Yeah, he did a lot of stuff. And I have quite a few of his stuff too, but not in this box because it's all in the other. It's all filed. Classic Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton song we could not get away from. It's actually on this week's countdown we did on Sunday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that song.
Sukiyaki from A Taste of Honey.
Ah, I have that one, and I
I
have
actually have the original now, also a picture sleeve from a
cool.
duo in Norway that did it in Norwegian.
Sukiyaki in Norwegian. Wow.
It's around here somewhere. I bought it from Adam. I was like, okay,
Cool.
really?
Oh yeah, grab that, suck that up,
Now,
man, for sure.
just to give you some of the depth of some of the weird stuff in my collection, okay? Stuff I pulled out and
And
found.
now the weird comes out, kids. Glad you
Yeah,
tuned in.
I
Yeah, we got
have.
9 people watching now, so you stuck around. Those of you who stuck around, here comes the weird.
I'm
Here we
not
go.
driving people away, am I?
No, no.
I wonder. I bet if I checked, these are probably, if they were in good shape, they would be worth a pretty penny because you can't get them anymore.
Oh sure.
Story songs from Star Trek.
Oh yeah.
Stories from the Kitty albums, Power Records.
God, those are
The
from
sad
the
thing is they don't sound anything like the characters, but
well, no. I
I
don't
was a
even
big
think they
Star
had the
Trek
animated
fanatic
series
at the
actors doing the real actors doing the animated series either.
yeah. Well, yeah, the animated show was done by all the real people.
All of them?
Yeah. Except for well, James Doohan did 3 or 4 voices, and William Shatner and DeForest Kelley and all them were back on it. Yeah. I'm not sure about the rest of them though. Let's see here. Don, you are close to my age. Do you remember the era when they had sound-alikes on records, where they had fake singers doing popular songs?
Sure, they put out a compilation of different records, and they had to start noting, because people were getting mad about it, that they weren't using original artist and original song. They were just saying original artist. So they'd have the person come back and retape it, re-sing it, or they had sound-alikes, which was just the whole thing was a bunch of sound-alikes. So
yeah, my pal Ben over at Oddity Archive has done 2 whole shows about sound-alikes, and it's really something. And I actually didn't know I still had this until yesterday. This is one of those sound-alikes I got for 49 cents at some convenience store. Kathy Shannon and the Fantastics doing "Someday We'll Be Together."
Oh my God!
In the style of the Supremes, and
that,
on the flip side,
that label, Top Pop Hits. There was like Top Hits. There was a couple different labels like that just were notorious.
Yeah, I have a couple albums like that too.
Yeah,
most of them came from Steve at Value Vinyl. The other one is the Classmates doing "Na Na Hey Hey Kiss Him Goodbye."
Oh, na na na. Yeah, exactly.
So I'm like, oh, I can't believe I still have that. That's really something.
A few sound-alike albums, cool. Yeah, it was just terrible. You'd pick it up and you think, oh, great deal, and then you get it home and you're like, damn it.
Crap. You want to put Rural Squirrel's comment there up on the screen? Do we really though? Really?
You'll find it. You'll find it, sweetie. Don't worry about it. Yeah. If you can't find it here, you can't find it.
Who remembers the immortal hit from the Lemon Pipers, "Rice is Nice"?
I don't remember the immortal hit. What year did that come out?
1968, I believe. This actually, believe it or not, this actually came free, and you can see it's a cutout. There's a hole drilled into it at the top.
Oh yeah. Okay.
This actually came free with a bag of potato chips.
Really? What?
They had records with stuff, all types of stuff in the 70s and 60s, and they would get rid of them, and if they cutouts, they would throw them into like bags where you could buy 6 of them for 99 cents, or they would give them away to other companies, and they would include them as premiums. Sometimes you would get a good 45 with a bag of chips. Sometimes mom would get one with her carton of cigarettes. You know, it all depends what they were doing.
Interesting. I mean, I've heard of getting, like free glasses and dish soap or whatever, or laundry soap, but that's it.
I was trying to find one thing in particular that I was looking at. I don't think it's in this pile.
So eDream says, whose line is it anyway? Makes fun of sound-alikes all the time when they were on the BBC. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the British version of Whose Line, right?
Yeah, I do love that show, yeah.
I love that show. We love that show. We love both of them.
Back in cereal boxes I've heard of, because we've done those, like the different.
I'm still waiting for that other Bobby Sherman I haven't got yet.
Sherman, yeah. and others, the Cookie Crisp or the Monster ones I've sold and stuff. I just got rid of one on eBay, which was a Toucan Sam one off of Fruit Loops. So yeah, that I was used to, but not like free with a bag of chips.
Back in the 50s, they also used to do these little record clubs that did sound alike stuff. And this is one of those.
That would be
I don't
amazing.
know where it came from. It was the Gilmar Record Club, and you'd get 8 songs on a long playing 45.
Yeah.
This was
yeah.
Get my lamp here. This had Alley Oop
over those. Yep.
Witch Doctor, Chipmunk Song, and Beep Beep, and Alvin's Harmonica, Purple People Eater, Itsy Bitsy Bikini, and 7 Little Girls, all performed by the singers that worked for Gilmar. So
yeah. Oh yeah.
That and a bag of chips. Yeah,
chips, exactly. Yeah, for sure. That's a weird part though. You're going through these and you're like, oh hey, this is a great. No, it's not. Dang it. It's more disappointment than anything. It sounds like disappointment to me.
When I was in 4th grade, I did not do well. I missed several months when I was in 1st grade, and so I was bad at math the rest of the time because they were just introducing modern adventures in mathematics at the time. And I could not get my multiplication tables down. So a family friend sent me and my mom these things.
Oh.
Musical multiplication tables.
Oh.
Performed by Billy Leach.
Well, and music, you can learn almost anything, right? No?
Not this way. Because these I was telling Kim about it. She was horrified.
I'm picturing Schoolhouse Rock or something, but that's not what these are.
No, these are like he tells a little story, goes around with it, and then he starts singing the multiplication tables. In this case, it would be we'd do like it was if you're doing 2s, 2 times 1 is 2 beat, 2 times 2 is 4 beat, 2 times 3 is 6 beat. My mother made me listen to these so much I hated them.
I would probably.
And thank God, right at the same time, the soundtrack from Multiplication Rock came out, and I learned them like that.
Goodbye, E-Dreams. Thank you for coming, hon.
Thanks for coming, E-Dreams. We appreciate it. But those were just terrible.
That's horrible. No, like Schoolhouse Rock was cool, right? Because
I have that whole thing on CD and DVD.
I learned the preamble to the Constitution that way.
Everybody knows the preamble thanks to that show.
Exactly. And if you don't, you never watched it.
Kim actually said that when she was in high school, they did a test or something on the Constitution and had to know the preamble, and everybody was sitting around mouthing the words to this song to themselves.
Nobody sung it?
Yeah. No. Okay.
I'm very surprised. That'd be funny if everybody got up and started singing it.
And I found some flexies.
Oh yeah,
great men of music and the swing era. Yeah, promotional.
Those, and I don't know if Longy's Symphony did those or not as well, but I trip over them all the time. They just come falling out of things. It's the weirdest thing. They just I buy a bunch of 45s and there's just dividers in there, and then out fall a bunch of flexies. Just kind of. So yeah.
So that gives you a good idea of what's like kind of crazy crap in my 45 collection. I do. Do you remember? Let's see. This would be a great song for Experia sometime. Runner by Madford Man's Earth Band.
Ooh.
Minor 80s hit for them.
That's a good one.
Or Automatic Man for Michael Sembello, which was after Maniac. Nobody remembers that one.
Nobody heard that song.
You look marvelous, Billy Crystal.
Oh yeah, Mr. Marvelous. Yes. You look marvelous.
Yeah. There's just all kinds of nutty stuff, and it'll all show up eventually. If you're listening to the Obscuria Monday through Friday at 11, it'll be there.
To grab our boxes of 45s and drag them into the camera room and at the office. Just start going through. Oh yeah, I got this one. What about this one?
45s are a gold mine. So many people don't do 45s in the vinyl community. A lot of them, there's a few of us out there that do collect them. The gentleman I spotlighted, I shouted out on this week's Kirkham Report, Vinyl Boz has over 10,000 of them. And I'm like, holy cow, that's nowhere near. I mean, I'm nowhere near that. I mean, I have about 4,000, but I don't have anywhere.
You have more than I do. If you have if those boxes are 4,000, I have maybe about 2,000.
That's not bad. That's
No,
not shabby.
No, it's not shabby.
The question is, when are you going to get them all listed on Discogs?
They're all listed.
Oh, they are.
They should be.
I've
got to go through them again. I've got some duplicates I know of, and I have some that I've upgraded because I've gotten a better copy of them in my thousands of 45s.
Yeah.
So, and I have to go through and just kind of double check that list.
So what kind of crazy stuff was in those cases you guys picked up?
Nothing crazy.
It's all pretty good stuff, huh?
I didn't realize you collected records from actors you made it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's one of my passions, actors that sing. Whether they're good or bad. Most of them are bad.
What kind of nut? I'll tell you. Welcome to the club.
Chris?
What kind of nut? Exactly.
Yeah.
That kind of nut. You're kind of nut.
Chris is one of us. He's got plenty of 45s. Thanks for coming by, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. That's great.
When I start bouncing this out, and start actually showing off the 45s on various things on the channel, I mean, people are going to be going like, "Oh my God, where do you find these things?" Like the Dancing Johnson. I mean, who else has? Chris, you have Dancing Johnson? I know he has a lot of goofy stuff, and I know a few other people that have goofy stuff out there too. And I'm like, holy cow! Somebody blew my mind when they matched me on the contest. When they matched me having the 12-inch single of "This Girl's Back in Town" by Raquel Welch. I think that was Rob Scare Music, if I'm not mistaken. But I was like, wow, that's really cool. Yeah. Oh, see, 45s is where I've always had more of until the last year or so when I've added so many new albums. But 45s are where it's at for me.
Yeah.
I love the things.
Larry's got 2,000. Cool.
Yeah, you actually found a second copy of that? If you don't know what he's talking about, Dawn, there was a song that was released in 1975. Apparently, a bunch of people, uptight people, got upset about an underwear model on page 402, 602, something of the Sears catalog that year. And this guy wrote a song about it, and it's hilarious. I mean, it's like, okay, what? I didn't find it.
Is that the one where he supposedly has something exposed?
Yeah.
Okay.
He has quite a nice package in the video.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
I remember the incident, but I don't remember a song being written about it.
Picture.
So that's cool. That's cool.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Chris. Zoot Sims was the artist, right? I think it was Zoot Sims, if just off the top of my head.
Santa got a DWI. I love that. Good Christmas songs. I'm telling you, man.
Well, somebody ought to give him a DUI. He did run over Grandma.
Yeah, truly. He got ran over by a radio.
Zoot Finster. I knew it was Zoot something. Thank you, Chris.
Finster. That's a name. Mom Knows Treasures. He's got the goofiest to the California Raisins, but it's a 12-inch. Cool. I have some Cabbage Patch.
I have the cat. Yeah, you sold me the Cabbage Patch Christmas, Dawn.
Yeah, and I think we acquired a couple more or whatever, but we've gotten some weird stuff. Yeah. Hey, it all counts. It all counts.
Yeah, it's all part of the collection. And you're gonna have, some stuff. Everybody, I'm sure you were the same way, Dawn. You're not gonna listen to everything every day. But when you'll eventually get through everything.
Yeah.
Somewhere. You listen to so much just for selling purposes that you hear way more than I do, I'm sure. So
yeah, there's music in my brain all the time. Jazzercise Records was a poster of a lady doing weird poses with two guys at
But MKT, do you have Richard Simmons?
Oh yeah, if you got Richard Simmons, honey, it's worth money.
Because I have Richard Simmons' album Reach, and I have Body by Jake, Don't Quit.
You got Jane Fonda too?
No.
You don't have Jane Fonda's workout?
Well, Jane Fonda didn't have any good music.
Hey, Leon, how you doing, hon? Welcome.
There was good music on Don't Quit, and then there was Richard Simmons, who was just Richard Simmons. So that's all you could do with that.
Unbelievable. All right. You win again. You win again. There you go.
No, that was the Bee Gees. Has nothing to do with Richard Simmons.
That's true. That's true. I didn't realize how many. Speaking of Bee Gees, I didn't realize how many Bee Gees records there were until I started getting these 45s in. I was like, good gravy. They're everywhere.
Well, they were. Yeah, they're always. Bee Gees were a lot between 75 and 7. Yeah, between 75 and 81 alone, they did all those albums besides Saturday Night Fever too that were big hits, and then earlier they were around forever.
Yeah.
So
it amazes me sometimes. I just like, holy crap! Oh, look at that. So, but no, I've gotten most of the stuff that I got in those cases, the 6 cases of. In case anybody's wondering, what they look like this. We got 6 of these for a little amount of money. But they were full of 45s, and they mostly pop. And they were mostly, there was some country, but it was more like crossover country. So I would consider that still something the pop audience would like.
What they used to call countrypolitan music.
Countrypolitan?
Yeah.
Lovely. Lovely. Oh my God. Tell you, Judy Simmons, what? Aerobics lady is Judy Simmons. Tons of YouTube videos with her. Oh yeah, I'll bet.
I don't know that name. Is she the one that used to? They used to run a show on our local channel in the 80s called 20-Minute Workout, and a lot of the guys I worked with used to watch it just to watch the woman exercise. They weren't exercising; they were just watching the woman exercise. I'm like, okay, I don't know if that's.
We're doing this,
yeah,
or other things with her hands that I won't.
Oh, this is one of those good night, everybody moments.
Like, see you later, bye.
Oh wow, look at the time. We gotta go.
Yeah. There you go. Terrible. Sorry about that, kids.
Speaking of which, though, quickly, our next show will be on TKR VideoCentral, hoping for a special guest. I'm working on one that hopefully will come up, and we'll see if that works out. But just want to keep up people that will be 2 weeks from tonight, which is October 10th, provided there is no major crisis like last week with both of us and getting screwed up.
Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. There you go. Yes, for sure. In fact, I would offer up in the audience, if you guys are interested in coming on and talking about your music and what you love or what you hate or whatever. We'd love to hear from you. Yeah,
we would love to have you, and that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
just like it is now in the chat, but you can come on and just
you can have your face. This space here could be you. All right, what is Chris saying? I found an unmarked 7-inch test pressing that ended up being George Morgan's Savvy.
Well, it's still a test pressing, so that's at least worth a little something, I would think.
You gotta love it, man. When the labels are missing, you gotta love Shazam.
Oh, I know.
You gotta love it.
Shazam's been, Shazam is great for stuff you hear in YouTube videos and stuff too, and you don't know what it is. It's like, damn it, I know that song. What is it?
It doesn't do anything really. It doesn't do anything earlier than the 30s, though.
No.
40s and 30s, but it does do most popular stuff or most newer stuff. I'm sure she's saying cheeky things like grab this, etc. She's hilarious. Cheeky things. Cheeky. I like that. Oh, it's Judy Shepard. Okay.
Excuse me.
And now I've caused you to yawn.
No.
Richard.
Not you. Just the fact that I've been up since 7 o'clock.
Okay. So. Shepard. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Judy Shepard.
And I worked a full day. So there you go.
Caffeine. We need more caffeine. Pass it on. Red Bull. We have to poke a Red Bull before we come on. Poke back a Red Bull.
Why would I want to do that? That stuff is nasty.
I know, it's horrible. I'd rather drink a cup of coffee.
I work with a girl who drinks a bottle of that stuff or can of that stuff every shift. And she'll sit there and I'm like, oh, it tastes like melted sweet tarts. How can you drink that stuff?
It's too sugary.
Yeah.
I would rather make a pot of coffee with some caffeinated water. Which you can buy. Make a
I
full
don't do
on
coffee, so
pot of coffee with caffeinated water, and that'll pretty much make your heart palpitate no end.
yeah, I don't do coffee, so
Jolt Cola, remember that?
yeah. Oh yeah. Stacy's friend Kim's friend Stacy used to drink that all the time, wash her Vivarin down with it. So
Choices.
yeah.
Choices. Oh my God. Okay, we should probably close this up now.
Yeah, we probably should.
We have done more damage here tonight than we've ever done early in our career. So we appreciate everybody for coming in. Thank you so much.
I don't really think it's going to be more damage than us doing hee-haw.
We're not. You guys have to look at old episodes to find that for sure.
Yeah, no kidding.
Go ahead, TC. Talk about what you're doing real quick before we leave.
I have shows on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern. They are Influencers, Rank This, the Kirkham Report, and the Radio Retro Countdown, which is the new version I'm doing, every afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 1 p.m. Pacific. And Daily Obscuria, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific. And, of course, I do all kinds of interstitial stuff in between and wherever and whatever when the whim hits me.
Very nice. And I, on the other hand, am a slacker, and I don't do half the stuff that he does. But Mary and I have a show on Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon Eastern Time called Chick Chat, where pretty much it's just like this, only the person over here is Mary instead of him. So
and she's actually there and not halfway across the country, because Don's in Michigan and I'm in Massachusetts.
That's true. But we just talk about many topics, including music. And pets and things. So come on by if you want a midday break. And then we're on, of course, I'm on with this lovely gentleman over here every other Monday. And next week it'll be on, or next 2 weeks from now, sorry, it'll be on your channel on the 10th, right? Good.
Yep.
And then we're on with Johnny on Wednesdays for the Hump Day auction. Cajun Roots Reseller. You can find him on YouTube if you don't know who that is. And we are on Mondays with Melody Lightbeam for their Death Pile clearance, her and BMOS Mercantile. So we'd love to see you guys again. And please,
speaking of, you think I'm prolific? I don't think I could sit through 4.5 hours of an auction doing the way you guys do every
You're not always right there. When somebody else is on screen, I'm running around doing other things. So it helps. Trust me. So we would love to hear you guys' comments in the chat. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you got a good idea for a topic or whatever. We would love to hear from you.
Stacey May, no, ew.
What I missed? Stacey May. Oh, that'll kill you. All right, guys. We love you all. Take care. We'll see you next time. Peace out. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming. See you later.
To hip kicks.